Over the last few months, I've spent more time cross-training than actually running. And if I'm honest, there were moments when I wondered if all of it was even making a difference. But this week feels different. Not because everything's suddenly perfect, I still can't train exactly how I want to, and there's plenty of uncertainty, but for the first time in a long time, I'm genuinely loving the process again. In this video, I'm taking you through a few days of my return to run during the UK heatwave, how I'm fueling as a sports dietitian, the cross-training that's helping me stay fit, and why taking a leap into working for myself has completely changed how I experience training and life. The comeback definitely hasn't looked how I expected, but maybe that's turned out to be the best part. Let's get into it. Good morning, sweaty cross-train done. 26 degrees in here, 3 degrees colder than it was last night. It was 28.8 when I went to bed, which I love the heat, but I also love it to be freezing cold when I sleep, so I am not sleeping well, but you know what, I'll take it for the sunshine and heat. But I need to go and shower and then make some breakfast because I am hungry. Even after having a snack this morning, my appetite is really struggling in the evenings just because it's so hot. I'm not wanting to eat, so I'm waking up hungry, which is a good thing. As I always say, your body balances things out, so I probably need to eat a little more before my workout, so I'll do that tomorrow. Or even a gel during my cross train, even though it's less than an hour. Yeah, we're gonna have a big breakfast, maybe add some extra oats or a slice of toast because this girl needs some food, and I'm preempting being not hungry again this evening, and I don't want to get in this vicious cycle.
Lord, I'm just grateful that I got to wake up today. You take my worries and worries and fade them to gray. You got big plans for me, that's what you say. That's how I know everything is gonna be.
Someone is always excited to see me, and I'll go and show you her little thing we got her for this heat because just like babies, puppies, not so good at regulating their heat. She doesn't really like it though, to be honest. She doesn't like it, but when it gets really hot in the day, we just put her in it to cool her off a bit.
Where are you?
What a glorious morning. England is having a heat wave. I am here for it. You all know that I loved the weather in Florida, and it's gonna be 34 degrees here, which is incredible. It does make, as I said, sleeping at night really hard because in England we do not have AC in our houses. Things are going really well. I think 10 days, no, just over a week down on my return to run program, and as I said, I think I said in the last video, I started at 5 by 2 minutes, so we're going right back to the start, but I think it's the best way to do it. I saw the physio yesterday, he was really pleased. I actually did a bit of a running analysis and he says I run's okay. I do run a little bit narrow, but my knees naturally go in, which is probably one of the reasons my hips hurt, so got to work on just widening my legs a little, which might help. And then I got some acupuncture in my glutes and TFL, which he did say were very tight, so I'm gonna go back again next week and see if that helps. Had a super strong session yesterday on the bike and a lift. It's really hot, so I'm actually getting like a lot more stimulus from training because the heart rate's just naturally high, which is something you have to be aware of, and just you need more carbs when it's hot because you're burning more carbs because your heart rate's higher, etc, etc. So like taking on more gels during the bike. But today was a cross train and then another return to run. I thought I'd bring you along for this video just to see how I'm balancing like keeping fitness up while also doing the return to run, how I'm feeling, enjoying the sunshine, all that. At the moment, it's like one day run and cross train, one day bike and lift. And that seems to be working for now. We have a little bit of work to do this morning. We're working on a carousel, which is for all the boys out there, you'll be surprised to know, because I know a lot of my content is kind of centered around, I guess it's both genders, but a lot more around the females and things. So one for the boys, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I've had a lot of interest in my one-to-one recently, so I've got like 3 or 4 clients I need to get back to. So spots are filling up. So if you are interested, get in contact, because I think I've only got a couple more spots until I'm going to be completely full, because I like to set a boundary just so I'm able to give everything I need to every single athlete. So yeah, that is really exciting. Being offered another little job thing for a college in the US to do a presentation for them for their preseason camp. So if you are a coach out there, I'd love to do kind of online presentations. Obviously, if you're in the US, if you're in the UK, I could possibly travel, but just kind of talking about fueling enough, because if you get it right at the start of preseason, then you know your season's gonna be a lot better, and you don't want to have to kind of catch it. I always say like prevention is better than treatment, so get the fueling right at the beginning so you don't make those mistakes, then you have to make the changes. So a lot of fun stuff going on. We've obviously got little puppy to keep entertained. Yeah, we are just thriving in this summer weather, working hard but also resting hard. Got a really good amount of work done. It's about 2 hours after I had, an hour and a half after I had breakfast. Carousel done, all my emails replied to, and emails sent to the athletes. So yeah, feeling good. I'm always so productive in the morning. I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like if morning was doubled in the afternoon, I'd probably have my own 7-figure business at this point. I just have so much energy and productivity, but there's only so many hours in the day. But anyway, I am about to start my prehab. So I like to do my prehab before I run, because it gets my right muscles activated and it kind of gets me to do it, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, etc. But I'm just gonna have a slice of bread. It's actually Kalamata olive stone-baked bread, which I'm now realizing is probably gonna be a bit rogue with jam, but you know what? More just to give me some carbs to run, but more importantly, because it's a little bit cooler this morning, my appetite is kind of there, so I'm kind of trying to front load a lot of the calories, because I'm conscious that I'm probably not going to be hungry late in the day, and I'm still going to have meals, but I just know it's so much harder. So if I can get more in early, that's better. But also been having one of these shots 30 minutes before I run, which is about before I start my prehab. So there's science that if you take collagen around 30 minutes prior to whatever loading exercise you're doing, so if it was an Achilles, you may be doing some like calf raises and stuff, it incorporates it better into the tendon, and it's just more optimal. If you don't do it 30 minutes before and you forget and then you take it after, it's not the end of the world, but it's just going to help. It's not going to harm me to have 20 grams of collagen, so I might as well do it. And it's another 80 calories in the day, and it's tastes good, and I just want to do everything I can to get back from this injury stronger, because I'm fed up of being sidelined. I'm investing in sports massage, acupuncture, supplements. I'm really focusing on recovery activation. We're doing everything right this time. I'm doing a series on my Instagram. The first post will be up because it's going up today, which is Wednesday. All about a series of my return to run. I'm basically going to do like 2, maybe 3 little reels, just like documenting the return to run. Highs, lows, things that I've learned, things that I'm doing, like fueling, exercises, if it goes badly, if it goes well, emotions, etc. I just thought it'd be fun to document that, because I know there's a lot of people that struggle with injury or coming back, and it's nice to see someone actually going through the process rather than just documenting it at the end. But yeah, just had the collagen. I'm gonna munch on this toast and then get outside and do my prehab and make the most of the sunshine, because I've been sat working inside for now. But I think if I took my laptop outside, it would last about 5 minutes before combusting. prehab all done, and honestly I'm heating up already, but I guess it gets my muscles nice and warm. So today on the plan is 5 by 6 minutes with a 1 minute walk in between. So 2 days ago I had 4 by 6 minutes. So sometimes it goes up in like distance of the reps, and sometimes it goes up in number of reps. So 30 minutes of running total. I think what I'm going to do is, the farm track is like 1500 meters, so I'm not obviously going to be running at 4 minutes per kilometer, but I might just go out and back along there. That's what I did last time. I'm trying to stay on flat roads, and if I go the other way it's up a steep hill and I do not want to do that. So I think that's the plan. A little bit boring, but I will take boring over not being able to run any time of the day for sure. Sounds like Maya wants to come with me. I don't know if that is picked up on camera, but she is whining. It's so hot outside for her. I had to cool her off. I have actually been trying, this is not sponsored, but I was working with this company on Instagram called Zoles. They're like custom insoles, so you scan your foot using your phone and put in any symptoms and things like that, and then they print insoles for you based on your sport. So I've always known that I overpronate, and I know it's one of those things that you don't want to correct too much because some of us just run differently, but as I say, I'm trying to do everything I can with this injury, and if it means putting insoles in that are a little bit uncomfortable because they make me run differently, then it's worth a try. I've also been doing all my prehab barefoot so that I can strengthen the muscles in my feet, because I think that's some of the issue as well, is we all just run and walk in shoes all the time. And growing up, I just run around barefoot everywhere. Like, I've noticed now it's the summer, I'm just walking around barefoot and my shins and stuff are getting sore just because they're having to work a little harder. So I'm just trying to, when I'm not running or obviously walking outside the house area, I will just be barefoot, like around the garden. Obviously we don't have stuff that you have to worry about treading on. And yeah, I just find that it is all the little things that help. So I am going to switch over to my little Insta360 to bring you all along. Can't promise what I'm going to get, but we'll try and get some clips because, of course, I don't want you to miss any step of the way. But someone is going insane, and I don't know why, so I'm going to have to put her in a cage maybe and head out. Rep number 1, let's go. Return to run number 5 complete. I'd be completely honest if it went super smoothly up to about 30 seconds to go on the 4th rep. I was on cloud 9. Like, when I say zero pain, I mean absolutely zero. Like, not a tightness, not a twinge, nothing. Smiling, sun is shining. And then I stepped weirdly, like on a, you can see the ground's like really, I don't know, it's not a flat road. I stepped weirdly and then I got a little bit of a twinge like 30 seconds ago, and I thought, okay, I just stepped weirdly, just that might happen normally to a normal person. Had the 1 minute rest and felt okay, and then like 2 minutes into maybe the last rep, it just started to hurt, and I'd say maybe 90 seconds to go, or actually maybe 2 minutes to go, I just thought, I'm gonna stop, we're gonna stretch it out, because I do have like very clicky hips, and sometimes they just need to like crack, pop a bit. I don't know what the technical term is. So I thought, I'll just do that. So like 30 seconds I just spent like doing hip movements, moving things around, stretching, and then took a deep breath and carried on. It was still there, it was better, and then finished up. So, was it perfect? No, but I'm always going to be honest with you all. I'm not going to be like, yeah, it was fine. But I've been told by the physio, because I've had a clearance of a bone issue. So I've been told by the physio I can push through like 2 to 3 out of 10 pain, because that's okay for tendons, and actually you need to kind of like push them a bit. There's a bike coming, 1 second. Really kind gentleman I just passed. Coach B, you're probably watching this because I know you do. It reminded me of you on your bicycle. Honestly, I'm gonna miss, side tangent, but I'm gonna miss working at the Nike camp. I was so desperate to be able to find a way to get over and work there, but just with my visa issues, I'm literally not allowed to go and work over there, and unfortunately with the cost of flights and everything, I just can't afford to fly over there and just do it for free. I would go and do it for free if like I had the funds, but flights to the US are not cheap, and yeah, unfortunately I'm, as I say, on savings. But anyway, my brain is all over the place. Back to the return to run. So yeah, the physio said 2 to 3 out of 10 pain is okay, as long as it doesn't get any worse than that, and it also comes back to 0 within like 2-3 hours, which for me, like, I've got no pain now, which is a really frustrating thing. Is I can do so much that you shouldn't be able to do with an injured hip, like push hard watts on the bike, cross train, lift weights, walk, etc., with 0 pain, and it's just the running. So yeah, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. Vibes were 10 out of 10, I'm not gonna lie. This is my favorite weather to run in. It's like 30 degrees, bright blue skies, a little bit of a breeze to keep you cool, you're in the shade of the trees. Can't ask for anything more. And I'm basically getting to live the life that I've always dreamed of. Getting to fit my training in when it's best for me, getting to document it, getting to inspire others, getting to work with others, getting to run my own business. This is literally what I have dreamed of forever, and if I can make this work, my life's goal is complete. Final thing, this is my injury, this is what my physio and sports doctors have told me. Your physio and sports doctors may tell you different things, and if you're not seeing one, I would recommend to go and see one, because different, like bone injuries, you do not want to run through any pain. I've been told that like any pain whatsoever with bone, and you're like, take it out, because you're just risking refracturing it. But tendons are different, but then you might have a different tendon injury, so just like do what your doctor says, don't do what I say. I'm a dietitian, I'm not a physio, I'm not a doctor, I'm just doing what I'm told. Energy wise, I'm feeling really good. Had those 2 pieces of toast, might have only shown 1, but I had 2, and I think that just really helped. One of these things that I'd have struggled with ages ago is going off plan. Like if I had planned out that I was going to have 2 slices of toast before I cross train, then my usual bowl of oats, and then etc. If I then have extra on top of that, I would kind of worry that I was going off plan, whereas now I'm like, your body's asking for it. There's a reason my body's asking for it, so I'm going to give it what it needs. And as I say, I'm also having that really sensible brain of like, you're probably going to get to 6 p.m. again and really not want to have too much to eat, because it's going to be hot inside, it's going to be hot outside, your appetite's going to be dropped, and then you're not going to be eating enough throughout the whole day. You're going to drop into low energy availability, you're going to risk your recovery, and you're going to feel terrible in the morning, which is not what I want. So I'm kind of like playing 2 different things of, I could feel my energy dropping, and even though I'd had what I thought was enough, it obviously wasn't enough. But then also I'm playing the, I could have got by without the toast, but actually I'm thinking about my future self, and I want to be fueled and fueling that recovery, and not just sticking to the arbitrary plan that I thought was what I needed. Dinner is served. I think I actually had this in my last YouTube vlog, but it's just a tofu stir fry. Half a block of tofu with a bunch of veg, and then sesame oil, fish sauce, soy sauce, and garlic, ginger, lemon, bunch of rice and some asparagus, and topped it with some sesame seeds. So after my run, got back, made a little milky collagen matcha with the stuff I think I showed last time, just as a recovery drink. Then sat and did some editing, had some lunch, mowed the lawns, played with the puppy, and then had a shower. A pretty stellar afternoon if you ask me. And now I'm gonna sit and probably watch some YouTube or a TV show or something and enjoy this. I have just seen Ben is running, has got a new vlog out, and he's got an injury which looks very similar to mine, so I pray for him it's not. So go over to his channel, give him some love, and pray for him that it's not, because I would not wish this on my worst enemy, and Ben is far from my worst enemy. I don't know him, I've just followed him for a long time, and I absolutely love what he does, and I hate to see runners who work so hard injured. But that's it for the evening, and I'll catch you tomorrow bright and early for a bike workout. Good morning. The birds are up, the sun is up, and most importantly, I'm up. But it's only 4:50 and I can't believe how light it is. But I was awake and my alarm was going to go off at 5 anyway, because I've got to get my bike workout in before my dad comes over to work in the chapel. And then I've got a busy day of gym, got some work to do, I've got a call and an appointment with my doctor. So lots of things to fit in. So I'm awake, I'm ready, and might as well get started. I'm not running on consecutive days yet, so today is going to be a bike workout, which honestly I'm actually really learning to love. My sister's boyfriend very kindly let me borrow his indoor trainer, and at first it was really weird doing indoor bike on like my bike rather than a spin bike. I just felt really unsteady because I'd done all of them usually on a spin bike, but now I've got used to it after a couple of bike rides. I actually really enjoy it a lot more, and I love like getting better at something that I'm really not good at. I think when you've done a sport, like, I guess I've not done running for that long, but like 8 years, improvements get smaller and smaller every single year, whereas something that you start like new, like I've obviously know how to ride a bike, but like getting better at the power and everything like that and bike handling, it's just so fun to see the improvements. And honestly, it's one of the reasons I'd love to like take up like triathlon or I don't know, high rocks or something, just to like see myself get better at something and push myself to do something that I'm bad at, like swimming or something. But I don't know, I want to see if I can get back to running, because I feel like running is the only thing that can truly bring me the joy that I want it to bring. Making up a coffee to get. Then fuel-wise, I've got the usual toast with peanut butter. And I've got one of these oat bars that I'm going to have to just give me some extra carbs, because like I said, I'm trying to front load the energy a lot more, and it'll just mean that I'm not super hungry when I get off the bike. But when I am on the bike, I will be taking fuel, so I'm going to have a beta gel and then 2 of the isotonic gels. Marmite has brought out a squeezy Marmite, so instead of getting it out the jar like this one that I finished yesterday, you just squeeze it on. It's the little things that truly make my day. So today I have a warm-up and then 30 minutes at like tempo effort, so imagine you were tempoing outside, and then 2 minutes easy, then 10 by 3 minutes at kind of like 10k effort, maybe closer to 5k effort depending on how I'm feeling, with 1 minute in between, and then just 10 by 20 seconds at the end, just all out, to work on my speed and power. Good meaty session, but as I say, I'm really enjoying them and learning to like control myself, keep it in the right ranges for the right efforts and everything. And I guess I've just got to hope that all this cycling pays off when it comes to running. I hope it does. I mean, look at all these triathletes and they're setting some incredible times, like Cassandra Beaugrand and Alex G. So maybe it might work for me, you never know. And if it doesn't, I had fun doing it, and it kept me sane, which is the most important thing.
Thank you, Lord, for all you've done, for the battles you have won, for the love that never ends.
You can see my little bike setup in here. I feel like Harry Potter in the cupboard under the stairs, but we have the bike there, a chair for my iPad to have the stats and stuff coming up. There's an extension lead running all the way around here, you can't see, attaching the bike thing. And I did finally invest in some cycling shoes. I don't know why it's taken me this long to get some. I think the big thing was I'm still scared to wear them outside because I can't seem to get the unclipping thing like in my head, and I'm scared that I'm gonna just fall off. But I'm like, why did I never wear them indoors? Because I do a lot of cycling indoors, and the difference it makes, it is just night and day. So if you're considering it, just these were like a cheap pair on Amazon. They're not even like a really decent pair because I just wanted to try it to see if I liked it, and honestly they're comfy and they fit and they work. So for now they're absolutely perfect. And yeah, it's one of those things like super shoes. I remember for ages I was just like, oh, it's just a hype, I'm not gonna wear them, that's stupid. And then I got my first pair. Well, they weren't even proper super shoes, they were the Zoomfly 3 I think, and I was like, wow, okay, this is what people were talking about. So yeah, some trends you don't want to jump on, some trends are worth it, and cycling shoes is one of those. Just an easy spin to get the legs moving, and then we'll get into the 30-minute tempo effort. Like I've always said, I've not had a proper FTP test done. I've still been meaning to do it, but it's hard when cycling's like the second thing, so I'm probably never fresh for it, but I might just do one. But honestly, like I said, I just go off effort. Like if I was running, what would that effort feel like? And I feel like for people who cross train, that's usually the best way to go. Like when you're on the elliptical and it's just substituting an easy run, how would you feel if you were doing an easy run kind of thing? Heart rate can be a good indicator, but again, it can be a little lower on the bike compared to running, so it's hard to use that as a direct correlation, and it's better to go off effort, and then once you do it for a while, you get an idea of where your heart rate should roughly be, and it's going to be affected by things like heat, fatigue in the legs. In doubt, go by RPE, because while it may be the least kind of scientifically rigorous, I guess, because it's just so subjective, that's one of the benefits, that it is subjective. Workout complete. That was one tough workout. I tell you what though, my love for the long stuff definitely does translate to the bike too. I was like loving the 30-minute, and then the threes were like, oh, this is a bit uncomfortable, and then the 20 seconds were like, please let this be over. Obviously it was later in the workout, so my legs were tired, but yeah, I felt really strong. Battled some mental demons. I put the gear up on the 3-minute reps to try to maintain the same cadence I had for the 30 minutes, but obviously a higher power. And by like the 6th rep, I was like, I'm just going to drop it down. I was like, no, you're going to regret it. It's always like that thing in the middle of a race where like you're like, I just want to give up. But then you're like, no, because I know me, 6 hours later, it's going to be like, so gutted that I didn't finish. So yeah, pleased with that, absolutely dripping. Managed the fueling really well. Got all the gels down, and then full bottle of water with electrolytes. And then what I've been doing is I always preach like start your recovery as quickly as possible. Like yes, there's stuff within 30 minutes, but the quicker you can do it, the better. And I found that if I have a gel, like as soon as I finish the workout while I'm doing the cool down, obviously you're still like training when you're cooling down. I think some people don't count warm up and cool down as training, but your heart rate's up, your muscles are working, but also it gets those carbs in and just helps kickstart that recovery without like feeling sick. Because like right now, I do not want any food. Honestly, even chocolate milk or milk sounds bad just because I'm like just finished. But a gel I can do. Like I do a gel when I'm working hard, so I can do a gel when I'm cooling down. And I just recommend you try it. I found that when I do it, my legs the rest of the day feel so much better, and then the next day I can just bounce back so much more quickly. It is one of the biggest things that I have changed over the past like 6 months, I'd say. Is just increasing carbs during the workout and then really getting in that recovery quickly. And I think just a lot of it is I'm not depleting myself as much as I was before. Like yes, I still have glycogen in my muscles, but I'm not dropping the tank to like almost E. On a car, for example, I'm like never letting it go below like maybe a half the way there, or even a third, maybe sometimes, but that would be pushing it. And it just means that my muscles have the energy to recover and I'm not totally drained. Look, don't get me wrong, my muscles are sore, I'm tired, but you're going to get that by working hard no matter how much fuel you bring on. But it's just how much can you make it a little bit less sore. Plus, a little hack for you all. I found this out when I went to the Science and Sport Athlete Day. The fruit salad one, which I had during my workout of the isotonic, this is the orange, is a lot more liquidy compared to the other flavors. So they've got like orange, cherry, pineapple, apple, blackcurrant, I'm probably missing some. But the fruit salad is very liquidy. Like it's almost like a drink. So if you do prefer the more liquid style, then I'd recommend that. I find it a lot easier to get down when I'm working hard. Like the really solid ones like Morton, I just can't handle because I can't do that chewing. And I found the fruit salad, when my heart rate's really, really high, is the easiest to get down. These obviously are still easy, and like the beta gels are pretty easy as well, but yeah, just a little hack for you all. But I will warn you, they sell out pretty quickly because everyone knows it. I did also raw dog all but 10 minutes of that whole workout because for some reason my Spotify just cut out and it wouldn't restart. So I got to listen to the sound of a bike trainer spinning round and round and my heavy breathing, which honestly I kind of enjoyed. When I work out when I'm running, I never ever listen to music. I only listen to like podcasts or music when I'm cross training or doing easy runs. So I guess maybe I'll do it more often. I don't know, I just always think I can't concentrate or get the motivation when I've not got music on the bike, but managed to today, so I guess that might be a future thing. Another beautiful day on the horizon. Sun is shining, blue skies, a delicious big bowl of oatmeal, the same old coffee. Really good start to the morning. Just gone past 8 and I already feel like I've done a lot today, but I've got a lift to do, so I'm gonna go into the gym to get that done. I might or might not jump in the sauna. I usually do the sauna after, but I think my heat stress is probably a little high already, so might not do that. Then I'm probably gonna go to a cafe or something, maybe outside, I don't know, to get some work done. Packed my lunch, and then I've got a call with the doctor at 2. So I'm probably gonna hang out in Newcastle for a little bit just to get some work done, get out of the house, change up my surroundings. First of all, I'm gonna refuel with this because that gel was not enough, obviously, and then pack my bags ready to go. Where do you get like your protein powders, electrolytes, if you take them, like BCAAs, that kind of stuff from? I'm just trying to find out like where my audience gets that stuff from. Like if you have a brand you like, a website, a company, if you go into a shop, just because I'm speaking with a few brands and I'm wanting to work out, like, I want it to align with me, which this brand really does, but I also want it to align with my audience. So yeah, let me know where you get your stuff from. I know everyone's from all over the world, so there may be places, like in the US you have the feed, which we don't have here. I think it's like health here, but yeah, just let me know where you get your stuff from. The protein powder in this one is the Smart Vegan one from PhD, in case you're wondering, and I think it's called like chocolate cookie or something is the flavor. Pretty good if you ask me. Made it to the gym! Oh my gosh, I wish England could be like this every single day. I'd live here. I'd genuinely live here. There's something about windows down, music blaring, sun shining, knowing it's going to get to 30 plus degrees that just makes my mood skyrocket. I know it's probably an issue that my mood is dependent on the sun, the weather, and running. But you know what? There's worse things to be dependent on. And I've got my lift to do. I actually don't know what it is. Oh, by the way, little hack I found out, I didn't even realize, Spotify DJ is a thing. So you just click the DJ thing and then you type in like what you want, like, I don't know, upbeat bike workout or like car jam or evening chill. And it does a playlist of songs for you, which for someone like me who doesn't like have an artist I want to listen to or anything like that, I love it. It's great, because I used to just scroll through and go on the mood things, you know, it was like chill or focus, but Spotify DJ is the move. But I do have a lift. I'm still using Runner for my lifts. I think I've shared that in multiple videos. Today is lower body strength, so I have 3 strength sessions set a week. I do definitely 2, try and get the 3rd one in. Tuesday was strong foundation, so it was very foundational based. I don't know if you can see, but that one. So let's see what we've got. Just some warm up. Then we got sumo deadlift, raise leg, hip thrust, single arm clean, calf raise, step down, hip drop, lopsided squat. That's a new one, but I've been told I need to do a lot of those kind of things. Standing side bend, single left calf raise, double arm snatch, banded toe raise, and press up position with single arm extension. So I have it on the running focus. You can do all body or running focus. I just do running focus. They still put some upper body, but it's mainly lower and core. But I'm gonna head in before I sit and overheat in this car for too long. I also found this in the car. So thank you to my sister. She had this car for like 3-4 years while I was in the US. And she must have bought that fan because we have no AC in this car. So it is very hot and it just pumps out like hot air when it's hot. So that fan works really well. I used it on Tuesday when I was here and then had to drive to physio and crew, and yeah, it helped. But I'm gonna go in with my little bag. I have had questions on what bag I use. I use the Built for Athletes one. I do have a link below where you can get a 15% discount, but I absolutely love it. It has all the different packages. This is a package for like food in the bottom, so it's insulated. It's got a hard one so you can put your phone in and it won't get damaged. This one has like a waterproof lining so I can put all my wet stuff in, and then it has a huge pocket and then a little side pocket for my laptop and stuff if I bring them. And you can put all your patches on the front as well. I want to collect a bunch of those, but I'm gonna stop nattering because I feel like I just talk and talk and talk and actually get in and start the gym workout done. And take a guess by my tomato face if I went in the sauna or not. I think I was getting a few weird looks. They were like, why is that girl in a sauna when it's like 30 degrees outside? But it's more than 30 degrees in the sauna and it's all good heat training, and honestly I like it just to switch off. No phones, no nothing, and trying to calm down a bit. But yeah, the gym session was really good. It was tough actually. Challenged me in ways that I've not really been challenged before in strength, and it makes me so excited to do gym, which I usually used to hate it. But just going, like knowing, first of all, I've got structure because I've got something to follow. I know it's actually helping me, and also it's something different each time. I think I found when I had the same program that you did for like 6 weeks on repeat, I just get like bored of it. Whereas this one, it's obviously similar exercises and they're targeting different muscles and things, but it's different exercises and different kind of combinations, which just makes it fun. It's like a little playground in there. It is just coming up to 12 o'clock, so I have got my lunch, and there's not many places to sit and eat around here. If you want to get into the main town center, it's like a 30-minute walk, and I'm not doing that. So I think I'm gonna go, I think there's like a McDonald's or a Greg's or something up here by the shopping area. So I might just go there, grab a drink so I'm not just using their tables, and sit and eat my lunch and just respond to some emails and maybe editing on this, because I do need to do some sort of work today. Unfortunately, I cannot live like a full-time athlete as much as I would love to. We are back from the gym and just got a little bit of work done on my laptop because my iPad had died earlier, so I did not get as much done as I wanted to. But I had my call with my doctor. Honestly, a little bit, I don't know, disappointing is not the right word. I just feel like we're going in circles, because the issue is when they do all the tests, I do not have any pain, but I get the pain when I'm running. And he wants me to come back, but I'm like, we're just gonna do the same thing all over again, that you're gonna be like, there's nothing wrong. And there's stuff on the scan that shows on the scan, but it's just hard to say where the pain is coming from. So that's a little update on that, and I will let you know what I decide. I don't know if I'm gonna try and get another opinion or go and see a different physio. Got an idea of a treatment that may work, because I had a little bit of shockwave when I was in the US on it, and it seemed to help, but then I don't know if that's not a beneficial thing to do. So if anyone has had shockwave on kind of tendon areas around the hip, let me know if it's benefited at all, or if I'm just being stupid. Since it's coming up to the end of the video, I've kind of had this thought of what I want to do, because I've had a lot of people asking if I would write a Substack, which I have always wanted to do. I absolutely love writing. I've written for Science and Sport, Canadian Running Magazine, supported an article on women's health, and I love it, but I'm just like, I've got a lot of things going on right now, and I feel like I'm not maximizing them. Like the YouTube, I could be doing more, Instagram, I could be doing more, and do I want to add another thing on my plate? Sometimes the writing I was doing in the past because I didn't like speaking on camera, but now I'm getting more confident at speaking on camera. I'm like, why not just combine it? So I was thinking of doing something like talking about a specific topic at the end of each video, just like a sit down chat, kind of like a podcast, but it's a video. And I don't know, one week it may be like something nutrition related, mental health related, training related, and just a topic that maybe has like sparked my interest. I've seen things, or if you want to comment down below topics you want me to cover. But I need a name for it, and I need to know if you want to have that, because I feel like I talk a lot already on the videos, so it's like, do you want me to talk more? But then I thought if I put it at the end, people can click off. Let me know what you think. I was like thinking like Charlton chats, table talks. Table talks I didn't know, because I'm like, it's not going to be a table all the time. Like I've got no table right now. So I need to come up with a name for it. So let me know down below if you want to have it, and also any name ideas. But for today's, because obviously I don't have a topic planned, I did put a question box on my Instagram of just ask me anything. So I'm going to go over those questions, and hopefully it's something that you're interested in and maybe will be helpful. So tips on getting your period back whilst college, cross country and track training. So first of all, I would say, yes, you can continue to train, but we're probably going to need to alter the training, whether that's slightly reducing your volume, doing a little bit less intensity. But the biggest thing is you're going to need to be eating more. You're going to need to eat more healthy fats and a lot more around your training. So the biggest thing with period recovery is that carbohydrate availability around your training. So more carbs before, carbs during, carbs after, and then adding healthy fats in. So that would be my main thing, because I know with college it's really hard, especially if you're on a scholarship. You can't just stop training, and that's never what I want to do unless someone is clinically like a risk. I don't like to stop them training, because I know how important it is to me. If you do want more of a detailed thing, I have a full guide on period recovery that you can go and look up. Any upcoming races? Oh, I wish I had upcoming races. I had so many planned, but right now we are far from racing, so no. Do you know more muscle you have, more speed you can run? I mean, yes, if you look at like the body type of sprinters compared to long distance runners, they are more muscly because the muscle provides power. However, I don't think that it's necessarily all down to muscle, because bodybuilders have a lot of muscle, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're fast. You've got to train for it. But again, I'm not a physiologist, so I don't know. Downregulation and REDS, yep. I've done multiple posts on this. Your metabolism will downregulate because basically your body compensates. It needs to keep you alive, so it downregulates things that aren't really essential. Reproduction, hair, skin, nails, and then your metabolism, because if it slows down that, then it means that the small amount of energy you're having will sustain you for longer. So I find with a lot of people that they're maybe maintaining their weight on like 1200, 1500 calories, which is absolutely insane. And literally all you have to do is eat more. I know it sounds crazy. Your metabolism will reverse itself. If I was eating back like 6-7 years ago what I'm eating now, I would be gaining weight for sure. And I'm not now. Like even when I was resting, like you can see my previous video when I was completely on exercise rest, I was eating a lot, and before that would have caused me to gain weight because my metabolism had dropped, but now my metabolism is back to functioning normally and I'm able to eat so much more, and food's great, so why would you not want to be able to eat more? So yes, it does downregulate. I can go into more of the science if you want in a completely separate video, but yeah, big thing is the metabolism downregulates. Do you need to gain weight to gain your period back? Not necessarily. You may need to, but I always say if you gain weight, it's because your body needs to. You may find initially you need to gain some weight to make your body trust you, and then we can work on the body recomposition. That's a lot of things I work with people on, is like, we go through that period, like get your period back, have it for 3 to 6 months, and then we can work on the body recomposition and get you back to what makes you feel you're most confident, but also obviously you're still healthy, having a period, etc. Could you elaborate a bit more on gut issues, especially constipation and bloating? So these are a really big thing in REDS because, like I said, energy downregulates, and basically your gut doesn't have much energy, so it slows down, and that's what causes constipation and bloating, because it's not moving through as quickly, so that food stays in your gut for longer and you get that constipation and bloating. So again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the fix is eat more, eat enough, eat calorie-dense foods. A lot of the issues as well is people's safe foods are like big salads, rice cakes, really voluminous foods that are high in fiber, or especially like the sugar-free options and things. They're going to cause bloating, they're going to cause gas. You're probably going to look a lot bigger, but you're not going to have the energy you need to be able to perform. So the first thing is eating more energy-dense foods and just eating enough in general. I did work as an advanced GI dietitian, so I do have a lot more knowledge in that area, and there can sometimes be gut issues like IBS. I worked in IBD, so definitely we'd want to rule those out first, but IBS symptoms are very, very common in people with REDS, and they resolve themselves when you start eating more and regain that energy availability. If you're retaining water after a marathon, what helps to decrease this? So there's multiple things that mean you're going to retain water after a marathon. You just run 42.2 kilometers pretty hard. Micro tears in the muscles will cause inflammation, which then cause water retention. You've carb loaded, 1 gram of carbs held on to 1 gram of water, so you're probably just holding more water in the muscles because of that glycogen. You may have had more salt from electrolytes, or maybe your post-race meal was burger and fries or a pizza with more salt, so you're just holding onto that water a little more. But the biggest thing is going to be the inflammation, so the best thing you can do is just allow your body to recover. You can eat some anti-inflammatory foods like berries, omega-3s, so salmon, flax seeds, things like that, to help with the inflammation. But the most important thing is not stress out, it's just water weight. It will decrease if you just allow your body to recover. Tips during the heat wave: train early if you can. Make sure to hydrate with electrolytes before your run, not just after. And then with the paces, just put them into perspective. I always say, like, being at heat is kind of like being at altitude. You need to like slow down the paces because the effort's going to be there, but the paces are going to be slightly slower, and just be okay with that. Light clothing, that's another thing, so like white or light colors is a good option. Carry water with you, or if you have like water stops along the way, that's another good thing to do. You will just adapt to it. If you live in a hot country, you'll adapt to it. England, we've only got this for a couple more days, so you just kind of got to slug it out and then enjoy it. Maybe just swap your session for an easy run, and we'll get back to some fast training next week. Well, that is all the questions, and someone is wanting me to go and play with her, so that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed just seeing what the reality is of returning to run. It's not glamorous, and it's going to be a slow process, but you know what, it's all worth it if I can get back to those start lines and feeling my best. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. I'm honestly just kind of vlogging my life at the moment, so if there's any videos you want to see, topics you want me to cover, and if you liked this little chatty section at the end, let me know. But for now, I will see you in the next one.